he had taken me to this little town near where we live. It was not a town that we, would call our hometown, but it was close by. We'd went to Arby's, and we just went inside and got sandwiches, and it wasn't nothing fancy. We'd got some sandwiches and things, and we went up to this beautiful, beautiful lake. There's picnic tables, picnic areas, and like a playground and camping places near there. We sat at a picnic table and we ate the lunch, and we held hands and we walked down by the water and we talked. And he told me these stories about how he used to come there and camp out and fish, and it just sounded so great. And he was telling me, we'll come up here sometime and we'll camp. And I'm not a camper. I'm not. I enjoy being outdoors. I love being outdoors. I love being in the hills, and I love walking trails, and I love to fish. And so I thought, well, for him to be with him, I'll come camp. I'll sleep in a tent because I felt safe and protected by this man, and he was an outdoors type. He hunted, and I knew he knew about camping and stuff, so it was kind of something that I had never experienced, but I was looking forward to it. And after we'd ate and walked around, and we got in his truck and we drove around the lake, and it was fall. It was late September. It was just beautiful. It was and I remember that was a fond memory. And for those of you who are going through this narcissistic abuse and the fallout and afterwards, there's going to be moments where you're going to have fond memories. You're going to have happy memories of things, of happier times. And so, looking back now, I remember more of the bad times that he put me through than the good, but that was a nice day, and it was the beginning of our relationship, or so I thought. And I thought, this is so beautiful and so relaxing. I remember sitting in his truck and holding his hand while he drove around the lake. And I think I even took a couple of pictures of the lake because he never wanted me to take pictures of him. And in the time we were together, I have 0 pictures of me and him together. I only had 2 no, I actually did have 1 picture of me and him together that I think, I don't know, I probably deleted it. It may still be somewhere in an email that I had sent to him later on. But I don't know. It was just 1 picture that we took together, sitting in a love seat in his living room. He had laid his head down on my shoulder because he was sleepy. He had just come in from work. He'd worked all night. He was tired. And I took my phone and I took a picture of my head laying on top of his head. And that was the only picture that I had of me and him together. And I had 2 or 3 pictures of him that I had taken. And I think there's only 1 picture left. It's on it's in an email somewhere from when we were emailing each other, and this was later on. I'll get into that later. But so that day was just, to me, it was the beginning of a beautiful relationship. It was a beautiful day. It was my birthday, or it was the week of my birthday. And so we just, it was a relaxing, nice day. And it was probably one of only a handful of really nice, relaxing days that I had with him. Because in the next few weeks, things are really going to take a turn. But as I was reading that before on the previous video about forgiving yourself, we forgive people. We forgive people who cut us off in traffic. We forgive people who steal from us, who cheat us, who lie to us. If you're with a narcissist, you are going to forgive a lot, but you don't never really forgive. You just kind of tell them you forgave because you want to end the argument, or you want to end the cycle of them, in your face, or whatever it is that they do. But forgiving ourselves for what we do to ourselves or to others is probably one of the hardest things that you'll ever do. And it takes, I'm still not there. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to forgive myself. These videos have helped me a lot because I hate this man. I hate what he is. I hate the things he's done, and I know he's going to do it again to someone else. He'll never do it to me again because I've removed myself from that. But I know I'm rambling, but I just wanted to come back to that and talk about how it was just like, to me, once I was convinced at this point that his relationship was totally over. So after that day, we began spending more time together. We even started being seen in public together a little. We were never in our own little town that we lived in. It was a very small little town. Everybody knew your business before you did, and so we figured it. And I started figuring out that a few of my friends kind of had learned about this, and we're starting to figure things out. We were seen together once or twice. We would go to Walmart, or we would go into a restaurant and eat. And this was in a town nearby because our little town doesn't have a Walmart. We have a Dollar General, and that's it. But anyway, we're entering into the relationship phase. And so here I am thinking, we're going to go on dates. He's talking about how his ex never, a crew of men that he works with would always, like about once a month or so, they would take their wives, girlfriends, and they would all go out to eat at like Buffalo Wild Wings or some other type of restaurant where they could drink beer and things. And she never wanted to go. She never wanted to participate. She never wanted to go out. And he was always left out, and he wouldn't go by himself. And he was looking forward to introducing me to these guys and his friends. And we were going to go out with this group and just go dancing. And he made it sound so great. It was like a Hallmark movie or something. But it really wasn't. It was more like a Stephen King movie in the end. But anyway, I'm up to the point now where we're starting this relationship. And here I am thinking, this is just a great man. He's not bad looking. He's got his own home and a very nice vehicle, and he's got a good job. And he enjoys doing a lot of the things that I want to take part with him, camping and hunting. And I wanted to live that life and do those things with him. And so I'm entering into this new chapter, and I'm thinking, this is just, like a fairy tale. And it was a fairy tale, but it was like Grimm's fairy tale. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. It was just like any other relationship. The reason I'm going on about that is because I want to let people out there know that when you start a relationship with a narcissist, you don't know in the early stages. You may, like there was little things, like I said, when I was out with my friend and he would ask me if I was seeing somebody or if I was out getting some or if he thought I was at my ex's. And I just took that as just jealousy, and it kind of flattered me a little bit to think that he was jealous or he was wondering where I was at and things. So, that to me, that's just basically the way most relationships are. You're going to have some jealousies and you're going to have some insecurities when you're not with each other. And so when it started out just about like any other relationship. Once we moved past the exes, and once we were both telling each other that we wanted to be together and everything, it was like moving forward, leave the past behind the curtain. It's all behind us now. Let's head forward. And so from this point on, when I make these videos, I'm going to talk exclusively about moving forward, and that includes moving forward once it's over with the narcissist. And, you have to learn how to leave them behind that curtain. It took me a while, and I'm at that point now. I've done that, and so I'm gonna end this will be my last video for the week, like I said. But I hope somebody gets something out of this. I know these videos are just random and rambling, but I hope you hear something maybe about your own relationship if you're going through this. And maybe once I tell how things ended, somebody out there will get some encouragement and some strength and see that it can, you can overcome it, and you can forgive yourself, and you can move on.